was dead ass. Did you mean that on purpose?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't finish. Like I was pausing for dramatic effect.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Migos was dead ass. Like
dead.
one of my favorite like groups. I would say probably like 2014, 2015. Like they were the top of my like SoundCloud.
They was running it.
Apple
Bro, I remember playing Versace going to Cedar Point.
Versace.
Yeah, so I
That
ain't
Drake
gonna lie.
remix, bro. I was like, wow.
That boy was so fire when it first came out, bro. After 10 seconds, I'd be like, turn it back on. Starting from the beginning.
It was like that.
Yeah.
I
It
like
was
that.
one of those, bro. Hey, facts on that. I be doing that like a lot more recently, bro. Even before a song finished, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, DJ, cut the beat. Cut it. Run that back, bro.
I got it. On the dot. Finish thought. Recording on the spot.
And we getting paid like we on the clock.
Ooh. Listen, Wholesome Tapes needs to come back. Welcome. Listen. You see me on the chair this time?
You dig.
You dig.
Full body.
Shout out Cruel. You feel me too? Cruel Closet. You know who
It's
I'm
about to
talking
be
about.
fall. He still got the knees out. That's kind of crazy.
Indeed.
Enjoying these
They didn't
last
need
10
that.
days of summer.
Trying.
if we got 10.
We ain't really got it, but this,
We got 2.
you know, on the calendar we got 10.
But in the morning it'd be fall.
Yeah, for sure. 50 degrees.
It hit you, bro.
It happened so
Man.
quick.
But listen, welcome to this I guess rendition of not necessarily an episode, but something a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that isn't necessarily gaming this time too. So for those that haven't made that switch just yet, just remember it is out there. And this time we got you. This one's probably going to end up on the I believe the main channel.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
All right.
right there.
And I'll just start introductions. March, 3rd month. I'm feeling pretty good today. I think it's because I got a nap in before the episode today. Even though my room was so hot, it was really like a nap of survival.
Oh, my goodness.
I felt like I was gasping for air a little bit.
Yikes.
But listen, we in the house. I'm feeling good. And who else we got in the house?
Z-Breeze.
You look like Iron Man, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm ready to really just... I don't know how to make a pun on Iron Man. I don't know enough about Marvel, DC better. Excited for this episode, man. We finna really get into it. Hey, this is finna be the best 25 minutes of your life.
Word. You got Waymaster J in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Splash.
You know,
Splash.
I was listening to that low key. Shout out to the #1 Wavemaster J listener on Earbuds.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta love yourself.
Hey.
Got to, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's
Really though.
hilarious.
So
Hey, shut up.
Oh.
You always talking.
I thought that was.
Oh, that was your series.
That felt abusive. But hey, it's Benjamin Lane. Nonchalant Needle Mover. Okay, listen. Let me introduce you all to what we're actually going to do today. Essentially, this is sort of like a little hybrid kind of mini episode for you all. What we were planning on doing is to sort of create like an extension of the previous episode. So that being said, if you're listening to this and you didn't listen to the last episode, this is your time to pause and go back. But also, if you just don't want to pause and go back, that's fine because this is a little bit shorter for you. So
Boom.
yeah, you know, we're going to hop into it. We're probably going to stick to just one quick topic that's fairly timely. We're going to jump right into celebrities dying.
Right now.
All right, so one of the things
Oh,
that we
9/11 too? Man.
Okay, they didn't know that.
Recorded it,
They didn't know when we
Yeah.
recorded this, bro.
Man, oh no.
Now we look insensitive.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway,
Anyway.
rest in peace to all the fallen in 9/11. We are actually just talking about airports earlier, so this is actually really wild. But anyway, one of the things that we talked about, one of the biggest things we talked about in the last episode actually was all of us kind of, you know, getting a little bit more established into our fully developed brains. We touched on a little bit of, you know, quarter life crisis kind of stuff.
I'm
And
always on that.
right around this time, we've actually seen quite a bit of other celebrities pass recently. We've seen Fat Man
Rich.
Scoop. We've
Homie.
seen
Oh,
Rich Homie
yes.
Quan.
Fat Man
We've
Scoop,
seen
yes.
James Earl Jones. This is all within like the last, I don't know, 2-3
Month,
weeks or so.
2-3,
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's, I don't know. It's brought up some certain, I guess, thoughts about this whole concept of obviously time, how much time we have on Earth, and I think it's particularly unique when we see a celebrity die and see how that can impact us. Just because these are people that we don't know. These are people that they're not family, they're not friends or anything like that. And it, you know, it gets me thinking about my personal legacy and, you know, hopefully the podcast becomes something huge one day and hey, we might, you know, be some element of a celebrity to somebody out there. And
Even if one kid was like, man, I watched them when I was like 13 until like 18.
Exactly.
I'd be like, man, stop.
It's really wild to think about. But this particular death brought up a conversation between Cornisha and I earlier that I just kind of wanted to see what you all thought of it. And so one of the things that she brought up was just like the fact that it's been so rapid. You know, there's been so many deaths in a short period of or short amount of time that I feel like we haven't really experienced. But I think because we're at this age now, as we get older, there's a generation above us that's getting older, so we're seeing a lot of them die, and then unfortunately, we are also being exposed to some of the deaths that I would say are a little bit more untimely, that are gone too soon situations. So one of the things that I brought up in that discussion was I'm starting to realize that because she asked, does she think, or do I think, if our parents have felt this kind of rapid succession of a lot of people passing away, whether it's the celebrities or people in their lives, because they're older, so their parents, I don't know about you all, but grandparents, some of us have them still, some of us they're gone because we're at that age, which means our parents are at that age, which means their parents are at that age.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to realize how our generations differ in the sense of I think we have a lot more access to celebrity, if that makes sense. I think the generation before us had their generation of music, their generation of actors, their generation of writers, whatever, and their parents did as well. But I feel like our parents didn't necessarily, they weren't as exposed to that previous generation because they probably just had less access, Like I think we, due to streaming, due to the internet, due to, all types of elements, we have access to an older generation of celebrity that they probably didn't have. So that being said, my question to you all is, given the fact that we have so much access to seeing so much death and so much life at the same time, how do you think that sort of impacts, how you view your time on the earth, right? Like, do you think we see more death in general, or that we're impacted by more death because we're kind of being squished here? Like, we're like, wow, I listened to this older artist because I was exposed to them and I actually was able to download their music. Whereas maybe, my parents showed them an artist, but if they didn't purchase that vinyl,
They wouldn't
that
have.
artist doesn't mean anything to them. Whereas, like, we're at a place where we have the people that we love, that we found, that we had memories from middle school. Then we have the people that we have memories of middle school because we were living in, our parents' homes and they were playing that when it was cleaning time. And now I'm still having that music linger around, and I, here and there want to, I love hearing certain songs at weddings and stuff that might be, or too, Taz and his freaking Jodeci, like, so
Right.
yeah, what do you
Yes,
think
absolutely.
in terms of our experience as far as, do you think we are exposed to more and things like that?
I think we definitely hear a whole lot more stuff. And because of that overexposure, sometimes comes like some desensitization, I think. You know what I'm saying? And like kind of the face of a lot of that. I think it like hits a whole lot, but like you said, it comes in such quick succession sometimes. It's like, oh my gosh. But I do think it's crazy though, especially like what you were saying also about like kind of untimelier deaths of even like some of these younger artists and artists that we came up with like pretty young and they passed away. But, there are, I guess, even our parents may have had like artists that were like kind of had real short runs before they like passed or, had untimely.
First thing that came to mind was Bobby Caldwell passing for me, because What You Want to Do for Love, hey,
That meant something to you.
that meant something to me. It means something to me. So like even with that, like me trying to imagine like, or that impact, or even like Luther Vandross, like,
Oh yeah,
he probably passed before I was even a fan of him. But me
or like Marvin Gaye,
yeah, but understanding just like the impact removed from this earth that I never really got to see, like because of the research that I was capable of doing on this, with that being like my father's favorite artist. So it's just like now it's like it's easier to create a tie to an individual in our generation. So then with that, the more opportunity for sadness or grief to come. Yeah. So I think that we experience it at a lot higher capacity than previous generations. But then also I think that the level of the grief may be higher for our parents because of like there wasn't a million celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Let Keith Lee pass away. People are going to be hurt. You know, God forbid that. Not wishing that on him at all, but I'm just saying, just because like he's reached that level of status already.
Yeah.
You know, for people to like, he's a household name. Like they're watching him constantly, seeing him. So it's like, but back then it's like Prince, Michael Jackson, like the household, like for them to be a household name, it's like the idolization of this individual or the glorification of that particular artist for them to be played on vinyl in your house every single day.
You had to buy it.
Or your kids know, like, this is your favorite artist. This is my mom's favorite. So it's like when their artists die, like probably a little piece of them go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, this was like a part, like this is, even though my trips to Mississippi as a kid, 16-hour drive, we listened to 2 albums the whole time. Michael Jackson, Thriller, and Sade. Which one was it? Probably her best album. I don't know which one is her best, but I was a kid at the time. I was like 7.
That's funny though.
They're in back every year for like 6 years. Those are still the only 2 that were played.
Oh wow!
So you know, like literally, like that.
You know the whole, back to front to back.
On me, because my dad we didn't like no Bluetooth yet. Didn't even have any GPS yet. And it's like no phones. Yeah, so it's like whatever you got in there, you're gonna play. So you just playing it, kind of like keeping the TV on.
Yeah.
Just like in the background noises, but I'm just banging that one. Yeah. So yeah, I think that we experience it more frequently.
I think that kind of hit different though too. Like you were even saying, been about like vinyls, but CDs that, you know what I'm saying, even if you like one song or something by artists, like you had to buy like the whole thing just for like one song, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you listen to the whole thing. That's how you get to, you know.
It was projects then.
Exactly. You really get a, you know, interest in like the B-sides and like stuff like that too, like the lower key songs. So
yeah.
I also think like, I hate this just because I'm not admitting that just because something was made in my parents' time that it was better than something made in our time, because they love to say that.
They love to say that.
But when we're talking about the impact, like when we talk like music, y'all know nothing about this, you know, type of thing. When we talk about impact, I'm thinking about like with the James Earl Jones thing, like he was so many iconic people, bro.
Actually, yeah.
And I'm not trying to say if we have one of those, I guess in our time.
Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh, God forbid. Yeah, that'd be
Will
crazy.
Smith.
Oh, Denzel.
Man.
Denzel?
Man.
Come on, like that. I love Denzel.
So that's at least something that I thought about, in addition to what y'all were saying. Like, that was probably crazy. And then for those other, like, really, really, really big ones, all these are really big. But the ones where somebody asks you, like, hey, where were you? And you actually remember.
Yeah.
Prince, Michael Jackson, like you just said. Like,
Cope.
Man, I knew exactly where I was as soon as you say it. I'm just like, oh, that really is crazy.
In that apartment, man.
Yeah.
Sitting there, like, I got like so many calls in like 5 minutes because everybody's like, this is his man's. Like, I got to check on him. I'm like, I didn't even know until somebody called me and told me. Yeah. And I turned it on. But, yeah.
I remember we was at a meeting.
Man.
You was at a meeting?
You were talking about you were talking about Kobe, right?
Yeah.
You was at a meeting?
We were in a meeting. We had the MPAC.
Who's we, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I was
I was talking to you like you might have been.
I think I remember being with Zach.
Yeah, I think he was in an apartment with
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was like a little.
Just so
like,
happened to be.
It might have been a president.
It could have been another moment.
Like that. I remember supposed to be somewhere. That's possible.
I remember just being.
That's a different story.
With a whole bunch of people at the time when I heard it.
No, that was nuts, bro.
So yeah, what do you think like the impact of that is? The fact that, you know, we have so many different like we see someone, like it almost feels like somebody dies like once a week right now, you know.
I think that leads strongly to John's point, the
Desensitization.
Bro, like you said, Fat Man Scoop.
Right, like you forgot about that one.
Rich Homie Quan.
Yes, Rich Homie Quan.
And that's no disrespect. It's just
at
like,
all. But it's kind of like a not really a shorthand list all the time. You feel me? Like it could be kind of like a couple different people, and that's kind of crazy. A couple different people from, like you said, the top of being in The Lion King or just being your favorite song in 2016 type beat. Either way, you're just like, bang, no, why'd they have to go?
So if you all, and because I definitely do agree to some extent, like in my
Julio?
person.
Julio?
Well, I mean, I ain't even listening to
Julio.
Yeah.
Coolio.
No.
Coolio did die as
Coolio
well.
did pass.
But
dang.
this was
R.I.P. man.
This
he was like a Florida rapper. Yeah.
Very
Oh, wow.
disrespectful, very drill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raw.
Florida King
Murder
Von.
gang.
Oh my
King
goodness.
Von's dead too.
I mean, yeah.
King Von type of dude.
I think about all
those
those rappers
videos be
from like,
showing up on
or
my
certain
stream-
rappers
on my
from like
thing.
Chicago that was passing. They was like, all type of crazy disses like right after, bro.
Yeah, Florida took it to another level. I ain't gonna lie.
It was
Wow.
heavy, bro.
Yeah.
Too many Florida men out there. But if we're already sort of getting desensitized, what do you think when we do get a bit older and because unfortunately, this is just how the world works. Everybody dies. There's gonna be another wave, right? There's gonna be a pretty significant wave where like the people we actually grew up in or grew up with are gonna start, passing away. Like we have so many, Zach brought up Keith Lee. Before that's the thought of Keith Lee as a celebrity figure did not exist. We have so many different like types of celebrities, so many different types of just individuals that we consider to be celebrity. So we almost have like a larger pool of people that can die that can impact us. So what do you think that's going to look like if we're like, there's one, side of it is like, are we being desensitized to that degree or?
I take it back. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because now I'm thinking about all the different kinds. I'm just thinking about myself personally. But I don't want to start like listing people. That's gonna be bad omens. You know
absolutely.
Spooky vibes. Yeah, you know about that.
So and so dies today.
But that's a great point.
I'll never be the
actually.
same.
From like your favorite YouTube show host or something.
Yeah.
You're just like, what? What do you mean? They win? They're gone.
And so
What
that's
you
like,
mean?
does that mean
what?
because like our parents had those 5 favorite artists, like because you're not spending the amount of artists that we listen to in one
It's
day.
absurd.
Compare that to the fact that they would have had to purchase all of those CDs,
Man, come
vinyls,
on.
whatever.
Or they're just listening to the radio. So it's kind
Or
of just
they're just
whatever
being
is
fed.
out.
The same
Exactly.
stuff for a month, just at different times.
Right. And so that's just so much more limited compared to the vast amount of people that we're. So does that mean
How damn I rock? That's my boy.
still?
That would be insane.
No, but I'm saying when he
that
went
would be
through
crazy
when he
as
went through
heck.
his health issue.
Yeah.
You were concerned.
I felt deeply impacted. Like I was like, this is like my favorite person to watch. So I'm like, I'm really bothered that he's not doing okay.
But so
But he's in good health
I'm
now,
trying to figure out if like because they had so fewer, would those deaths hit harder to them, or do you think it'll
Yeah.
be pretty even for us? Because
The exposure we have to them.
like does the exposure, because we have so much more access, so we almost know them a lot more. We have more, like
Understanding of
quote
who they
unquote
are.
connection.
Yeah.
But there's also so many that we
Yeah.
have that quote unquote connection to. So
No, I still think that it hit harder for them for sure.
okay,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that.
Donna Summer, who was that?
Donna Summer. Yeah, I do
I got a Donna
remember
Summer
that.
vinyl.
I do remember that. Was that this year?
No, that was some years ago. bro.
But when that happened, I know that they was losing it. Imagine a Donna
You
Summer.
said that was a hit.
Yeah, like she just one of them. Like,
Dang.
yeah,
Betty White.
Betty
Yeah.
White.
R.I.P.
Betty freaking
I thought
White.
about that too when you sent this in the chat. I didn't want to send the song though.
But did you all agree
Some
with
guys.
that it's
Do you think-
it hits harder for?
Yeah, for them or for us.
I feel like it's gonna hit harder for us because we just
Okay.
have so many, and I really feel this way because I just think it's because we have the capacity to know more people, and I think
Yeah.
I don't think that now realizing that it could be so many different kinds, I really take back my desensitization point for this argument because it's just too many different angles, bro. You get hit. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just get-
And it could just be just you. And it
think-
could just be just all of us because we all have all different things that we like.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? The web is too big. What? Oh, that'd be so sick. And I really was thinking this is related.
So maybe
but
it's
really
not just like
unrelated.
a desensitization, I guess, from like a general standpoint. More, it's like it's a bit more like focused, I guess, like kind of how people like will kind of interpret it versus like maybe some of these celebrities of the past. It was more of a grander type of thing, or at least you would have probably been familiar
Those
enough
are the
that should have
ones.
been like, dang, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if it's this famous actor, it's this famous person that might have been on like the news or something, or this famous person that did this thing, you're like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Just the way like we were saying like content was kind of consumed at that time.
Yeah.
One thing to consider too is we're speaking from the perspective of 26-year-olds, right? Most of the current celebrities that whenever a celebrity dies, obviously, and we've already touched on it a little bit, whenever a celebrity dies, you probably start to, some of the memories that you have tied to that celebrity is probably the first thing that's going to come up, right? We only have 26 years of that, right? So like, that's what I'm also thinking, and I think that's where we're the most set up. And I think I'm taking the side of, I think it's going to be worse for us. And I think
When we do get
one
50 years
thing
in,
when we get, I'm sure our parents, they
Dude.
somebody, when Prince died, they might think back to their prom, where
Yeah.
they were dancing or whatever. They might think to their wedding when somebody else dies. They might think to like since they have so many more memories overall, and now we're growing up in a whole completely different society that essentially, like, social media is not going to stop. We're going to get older, but because of where we were born, we're probably the first generation that's going to really stay active on social media. It's going to be a different side of social media. We're not going to be with the YNs. We're not going to be with our kids.
With also a pretty decent
but
like
it's a part of our our reality now.
a decent bit of I think appreciation of kind of like some of those past things as well. Yeah, I think so. It almost feels like we have that of the past kind of feeling, what's kind of going on in the present, and with kind of the way social media goes, even future things that might go as we even get older will be like attached to in certain ways too. So I do feel like we gonna see like the full spectrum of it. Younger people, I don't know, the YNs, they might be like, like whoever died, bruh, who was
my
from
God.
like years ago, they'd be like,
Not the YNs.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe not all of them, but just a few.
Yeah. I second that just with the whole, well, you're kind of morphing me over to your side about how it'd be more difficult for us just because thinking about, to that point, us being around 98, that was just like a time where your earliest memory normally start around 4 or 5. So that puts us around 2002, 2003. The world really took off, I feel like, with computers and technology around 2008. I feel like from there it was
Just
pedal
rapid.
to, like gas to the floor. But it's like, so the fact that we had 3 to 4 years of a more mundane, more slow paced, informational society. It's
You
like,
said we was not the iPad kids.
yeah, we weren't the
Why not?
iPad kids, but like we will be one of the first generations that the majority of their life has been fully documented if you attempt it.
Man.
You
And
have
we
the ability
saw
to.
the rise of a completely different class of celebrity, right? Like that
Exactly.
didn't. So
Exists at the
you already
beginning.
pulled out a YouTuber, and you've said Keith Lee, and like,
Yeah.
so then it's
Because that boomed when we were
when we
10.
get to that wave, and it's so many different people passing away. Like we're gonna have so many memories.
We
and it's
YouTube
so
boomers.
heavily tied to
YouTube
all these
boomers.
different
Kinda.
people.
We are
And
really.
What's cool about it too? Cool
Kinda.
might not be the best word, but because we saw the uprising, I feel like if you look at TikTok, if you look at YouTube and stuff now, there's YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers that I've never heard of.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did not. If there was somebody that was hot on YouTube, you've heard their name at some point because we literally saw like that bubble start to so the name. So even if you never like actively searched "Hot Damn I Rock,"
Yeah.
you probably either just accidentally saw a video clip or something.
Delano Edwards.
Whereas
Yeah.
right. And
Everybody know Delano
now
Edwards.
like with TikTok,
If you've
there's-
seen the picture, you know.
there's millions of sides of TikTok where there's TikToks with millions and millions of subscribers.
know there are so
I'm not
many-
on White Talk.
I don't
There's
know none
white
of them.
TikTok famous people. I don't know them. I don't know them, and I've never seen their content.
Italian talk.
And there's so many I
Sure.
would never know.
Probably.
And you know what else is crazy? We're not even thinking about like other languages,
That's why.
other, just completely different societies
cooked.
from our own. Man.
We've set ourselves up.
we've set ourselves.
We've dastardly set ourselves up for a wave of
The more
death
the
and
more you
destruction.
love, the more you hurt.
Oh my God. A wave
it's the
of
balance
death and
of
destruction.
life.
It's so sad.
And I'm just the only reason why I'm thinking about it now is because I'm trying to be prepared for it. Y'all not about to push me into a depression because all my child heroes are passing away. How much time do I have left? No, I was proactive, and it's on record now.
Ready.
If y'all see me crashing out at 50, because I'm not even gonna say a name, because so and so
Don't do it.
died.
Exactly.
Bro, I was gonna be like,
Tell me to tighten up.
just gotta close.
Tell me to tighten up.
Tell me to play this episode because it's gonna be on the internet forever.
I gotta
Oh my
close. I gotta
gosh.
close my
That
heart
second
up,
part is
bro.
crazy.
I can't.
I
Lock
already
in
know
with
the
no
name
more.
that you was thinking. Being, I can feel it intellectually, and yeah, you would tweak for sure.
You would tweet.
Yeah, I,
said ugly cry is
I would also
crazy.
tweak, but I wouldn't tweak to his capacity.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But hey, thankfully for you all, we got some time on our hands. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all not gonna lose
Kinda.
us anytime soon. Somebody knock on anything you can find right now.
There's some wood right here.
But hey, that's all
Pause.
we got for you on this little. I don't know. We don't find a like clever name for these little sub episodes, but hopefully you all appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna actually go play some more Wukong after this. So check out the gaming channel once again, and let us know if you want to, keep hearing some of these little miniature ones. And also
Maybe
if you
give
have
us some
any
topics.
suggestions, I was gonna
Yes.
say, especially because again, we're gonna try to connect these to the episode. So if you hear us, listen to a full episode and say, oh, you all should have took it there. This made me think of that. What do you guys think of that? That'll make this a little bit more interactive and fun. So appreciate you checking out this one, and until next time.
Yeah, man. Signing out, man. Glad y'all. Well, hope you guys enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys like these kind of shorter form like episodes. This is pretty tight. Kind of related to our episodes. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely trying to do something a little more interconnected. For our podcast folk. But continue to tap in with the gaming channel. Tap in with the Twitch.
Yeah.
And
And
Yeah,
smile.
yeah,
Sorry,
man.
I should have said that earlier. Smile, because this is a dark one.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, we went
The
some places.
the episode was much lighter than this, so for sure, tap
Little
back
bit, little
in
bit.
for sure.
Z-Breeze, I really enjoyed this episode. I be on some existential stuff all the time, so
my
hey, I'm
goodness
having
gracious.
a blast. But yeah, keep tapping in with the other content. Welcome to the Wholesome Shed. That ain't the name, but hey, it sounds
The
good,
Wholesome
don't it?
Shed. It
might be
It
something
sounds
like that.
good, don't it? Hey, but yeah, we bring y'all back to the shed. It'll be on the lighter note next
It
time.
do be
though.
shovels in the shed.
Hey, you feel me?
Might
Yeah,
be cooking.
Please save us.
But yeah,
no.
until next time.
Oh my God,
The Wholesome
March.
Pool House.
Listen, third month. Please check out episode 116. It was a
Yeah.
fun time. This also was a fun time. Always fun in the
House
house. I don't have much to
shit.
say. I'll see you later.
House
So yeah,
shit.
117. We out.
We out.